A 24-year-old case has basically put several 100,000 gun owners' information at risk of being published. And this is a case that I totally forgot about because it's been 24 years. I want to tell you all about this case, but first I want to thank the sponsor of the video, Blackout Coffee. Guys, at Blackout Coffee Company, we are having our Christmas sale. You can save 20% using code XMIS20. How do you get there? blackoutcoffee.com/GNG. We have coffees, teas, and hot chocolates, over 30 flavors. We do whole bean ground. We do K-Cup. We got you covered. Cool swag as well. Check it out, blackoutcoffee.com/GNG. Use code XMIS20 to save 20%. Now let's talk about this case. Back in 1999, there were numerous cases. There were like 39 or 40 cases filed where localities, states, and cities were suing gun manufacturers, SIG, Smith & Wesson, Beretta, Glock, etc., trying to sue them out of business, saying that the gun manufacturer was the reason that crazed criminal lunatics do bad things with those tools. The inanimate object obviously is the problem, not the crazy criminals that we don't want to hold accountable, right? And many states passed laws, in the PLCAA, one of those as well federally, that protected manufacturers from frivolous lawsuits like these. And all of them, as of 2006, all of them were wiped off the dockets except for one. And thanks to my buddy Lee Williams' article, which I'll link down below, I totally forgot that this one case was still alive. Gary versus Glock. Gary, Indiana. And throughout this case, it's hit several attempts to be dismissed. However, the anti-gun judiciary is keeping this alive. It's still alive. And through these subpoenas in this case, Cabela's has already handed over 200,000 transactions in their bound book, because they're an FFL, because it was subpoenaed. So over 200,000 people's names, addresses, what they bought, all their personal identifying information is now in a public record that many think is about to be dispersed. And because it's the same company, Cabela's and Bass Pro is also about to do the same thing with over 200,000 transactions at just 2 locations in Indiana. That's almost 500,000 names, addresses, items purchased lawfully and legally by people who aren't the problem, because with several 100 million guns in this nation owned lawfully and legally, if we were the problem, you would know about it instantly, because the country would be rectified instantly, right? Because the law-abiding, we're not out there breaking laws. We're not robbing people. We're not murdering people. We're not doing that stuff. Yet we're time and time again held responsible for the few jackass or fools in our society, right? So this case, Gary v. Glock, is still going. And in 2015, then Governor Mike Pence changed or amended the immunity laws in Indiana to make it retroactive to 1999 in an attempt to help these manufacturers out. But a court of appeals jumped in and said, nope, this isn't going to stop. This case is going to still continue. And that has been a huge issue here. Is we're still, in this case, Gary v. Glock, we're still letting the boisterous few, right, try to sue gun manufacturers out of existence. And for some reason, this case is still going. In the latest ruling, which came down last month, a judge said, after reviewing the filings of the parties, hearing oral argument, and being fully advised, Gary may move forward on its public nuisance claim based upon the unlawful sales of firearms that have indeed harmed Gary. So yeah, there's the catch. They're suing on this nuisance, public nuisance law, similar to the one that New York has passed and other states have either passed or are trying to pass, these anti-gun states, saying that if you have a gun and somebody's harmed but by use of that gun, it's a public nuisance issue. So obviously, it's not the criminal, it's the manufacturers. They're a nuisance because a crazy person, a criminal, a lunatic, somebody who's hell-bent on doing harm to others, somebody who gets off on doing evil things, those folks aren't the problem. It's the manufacturer, clearly. So again, Lee Williams had an excellent article on it. I will link it down below. If you live in Indiana and you have shopped at these 2 locations, you are at risk of having your stuff, your information published by the anti-gun groups here that are trying to get this stuff. Protect yourselves. If you have to harden a location, harden the location. And always be safe, stay vigilant, and carry a gun to keep you, your friends, your family, your community safe. That's what it's all about. Because if these 500,000 folks or so get published, instantly you become a target for thieves, burglars, home invasions. And that's the anti-gun community putting you and your family in immediate harm's way. So please, please take care of you and your loved ones. If you want more information like this, you think the Second Amendment is more important than any of this BS behind the scenes trying to sue companies out of business, like this video and subscribe to Guns and Gadgets down below. I'll bring you Second Amendment news every single day. I hope you have a fantastic day. I'll see you on the next one. Take care.